slowly. Putting my gavel back in my hand. Have to admit I have a little bit of adrenaline going on. Do we have EAC here? Ralph Flick?
Yes, I'm on.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are going to resume. We're going to resume our session now. It's 11:50. I said we were going to take the EAC, but instead I am going to. There's been asked for a point of personal privilege from Governor Higginson. She would like to address the incidents that just happened. Governor Higginson, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for this moment. This is going to be difficult for me, but I want to offer my deep and sincere apology to each of my fellow governors, to any minority bar associations that might have been listening, and to anyone else who was offended by my remarks. I should not have used the words that I did. They were made out of a sense of great frustration for what's been going on in our country and in our state, and it has affected me greatly. That's why I brought the motion to amend the mission statement. I brought it out of a place of hoping to rejuvenate us together, and I apologize that I took Governor Stevens' position that it should be deferred as a critique on my intent. And that was, I am sure that is not what he meant at all. I reacted very badly to that. I have to be honest and say that I have not thought I was guilty of what's being called white fragility, but in light of my reaction, I have to confess, and why I'm tearing up is that apparently I am. And this is shocking to me. I had never thought that was part of my makeup. So I don't know if Governor Stevens or Governor Angeville will accept my apology. I hope that they will, if not now, in due course. I cannot tell you enough how shocked I am that I said the things that I said. I still do believe we should be sending it out to all the members. If additional input is desired, I certainly think that the board should do as the board wishes. But that isn't really the point of my remark here. My point is that I wish I hadn't used those words. The fact that I was that frustrated has caused me to start looking pretty deeply into myself. And again, I can only apologize to Governor Stevens, Governor Angeville, and my fellow governors who were offended, as well as everyone else who may have taken my remarks in a light that I understand exactly why they took them as they did, and it was not meant that way. And it's really causing me now to do a lot of soul searching and about the situation. So possibly this will help me move forward and be a better person now that I realize there's something deep in me that I don't understand as well as I should, what my colleagues who are persons of color and other people have gone through. Thank you for that opportunity to say what I've said.
Governor Higginson. Thank you for being willing to look at yourself. This is an incredibly hard time for our nation and all parts of our community. We're looking at difficult things. I appreciate you admitting to your flaws. Making that apology is not easy for any of us to apologize often. But as a society, we do need to reach out to each other, help each other, educate each other, call each other on things respectfully. And I just thank you for taking that step. I think that is the first step to, helping us reconcile off that moment and moving forward as an organization. I apologize for my own emotion. These are the things about our society that I fear, and I really appreciate Governor Stevens being able to say something, other board members being able to say something, Governor Swagel, myself, but I also appreciate you will being able to take that and rather than reactively acknowledging you're wrong. I'm going to move forward from this topic at this minute, and we are going to move to the Editorial Advisory Committee Chair, Ralph Flick. Before I go to Ralph Flick, however, I believe Director of Communications Sharon Nagowski may have come onto the phone with a
Mr. President.
Director Nagowski, are you here? Okay, hold on one second. I am rushing things, Governor Stevens. I did address you.
Yes, I just wanted to give an initial response to Governor Higginson. And the first initial response I want to give is that in the work I've done all my life, I know none of us are perfect. I know I make errors. I know I make errors regarding issues of race. I know I make judgments that I ought not make. And we don't move forward. Actually, the time for growth is actually when we make those errors and how we then go from there. So I accept your apology. I want you to know that I will not be working to pick on you, but you may hear me call on some stuff, which I think my fellow governors all know I am not shy in doing, especially when it comes to these matters. We are in a period, though, where while I'm not so sure I like the author, I like the title of his book, and the book is Race Matters by Cornel West. Race issues are issues that we tend not to want to talk about at all, and rarely in settings where there are diverse people. But that's what we have to talk about. And so actually, in my look at the long arc, I think your proposal and the items that President Majumdar has put on the table actually is food for having the harder conversations. As everything that's going to happen, not only by what we do, but what's going on nationally, are going to be a part of a lot of hard conversations. Hopefully, though, we will respect each other, and hopefully you will understand that when I do call on you, it is not to personally hurt. So let us go forward. I don't think you're a bad person, and I understand what you were trying to do, but as is true with any of us who are authors, we may get up against it because people have other ideas and other questions. And that doesn't mean we won't get there, but we need to go through a process to get there. So thank you.
Thank you, Governor Stevens.